The Minister for Health, Stephen Donnelly, has confirmed Ireland will sign up to the European Union's traffic light system for international travel this week. But he said airport testing will not be rolled out at this stage due to current capacity levels.
We're working up the plan at the moment, so I don't believe any country, when it is ratified this week, will instantly turn it on. So it's a protocol that's been agreed across the European Commission.
Now let's talk some more about the impact on travel and this EU traffic light system with Eoghan Walsh, who's the Chief Executive of the Irish Tourism Industry Confederation. Eoghan, good morning. Hello, Eoghan. You and others have said this green list has never worked, but will this new traffic light system, will that work? Will it get people back travelling?
Well, hopefully, and I speak from a tourism perspective, but obviously it's equally important for the wider economy and for exports and foreign direct investment that we get international travel recommenced in a safe manner. And the best way by far is for Ireland to sign up to this pan-European approach.
We have a significant delay on the line, Eoghan, so we'll just bear that in mind as we talk. But we're not going to have a rollout of testing in the immediate future. Just listening to Stephen Donnelly, he's saying, testing at airports will happen because it's required to happen as part of the protocol. Excuse me, but when will it happen?
Well, that's the key question, and in many ways it's frustrating for us in the tourism and travel industry because the government have been talking about testing at airports since March, since COVID first began. And I think we have to remember that this European framework, it's a very important first step to recommence travel and tourism safely. And for an island nation on the periphery of Europe, it's absolutely vital that we stay connected. Public health has got to remain the primary concern. We all accept that. But the traffic light system, whereby green and orange coded countries will be allowed to enter without quarantine, and red listed countries will be allowed to enter, but only on a testing regime, is absolutely vital to implement. And of course, as you mentioned, the testing regime and the red list, because unfortunately the majority of European countries at the moment are close to the red zone, is fundamental to get right. And it's a major frustration for us that 6 months after COVID first began and 6 months after the government first started talking about testing to allow for international travel and tourism to recommence, we still haven't made great progress. So we urge the government and the Department of Transport and indeed other government bodies to really put the shoulder to the wheel, because there's no more important economic decision than getting international travel and tourism and aviation recommenced in a safe manner. There's about 300,000 jobs at stake. I mean, the tourism industry alone has lost 27 million euro per day, every day of the summer because of the lack of international tourists. So, it's absolutely critical that we adopt the European protocol in full and we implement it in full.
But if and when a traffic light testing system is put in place at Irish airports, who's going to pay for it?
Well, that's the question we're all looking for the answer. I mean,
who do you think?
I think what we need to do Well, I think what we need to do is we need to see what's in the European agreement and what other European countries are doing. I mean, an Irish person, you or I, could go down to Croke Park this morning and get tested for free. So the Exchequer is covering the cost of testing. DAA themselves, Dublin Airport and Cork Airport, have been in talks with a private contractor who can actually do 15,000 tests per day above and beyond the public health testing regime. So there is capacity there. Who pays for it? Whether it's the traveller, whether it's the Exchequer, whether it's a hybrid model, we're agnostic to a certain extent. But the main thing is that we get international travel and tourism and aviation back up into the skies, because the economy is predicated on it.
But do you really believe that in the absence of a vaccine for COVID, you can really get foreign travel back in the skies once again?
Well, I think we've got a really long climb back to where we were, say, back in 2019. But what we need to do is take the first steps and put in place a common framework across Europe to allow for international travel and tourism to recommence safely. The best way to do that is the pan-European approach that Germany, France, Spain, all the other European countries are adopting. And Ireland, as an island nation, as I say, on the periphery of Europe, really needs to be at front and centre of that. We've got a long climb back to health. But what we need urgently, starting with the budget tomorrow, but also starting with the European approach to air travel, is we need positive first steps and we need a positive framework in place. And this is the best way to go about it.